No one saw it coming. After years of silence, whispers turned into rumors, and rumors have now ignited a wildfire of hope. Graham Wardle, the man who brought Ty Borden to life, could be stepping back into the world of Heartland. Fans who cried, grieved, and tried to move on after Ty's heartbreaking death in Season 14 might finally see the moment they never thought possible: his reunion with Amy Fleming, played by Amber Marshall. But how can a man believed to be dead reappear? What story is powerful enough to make that believable and satisfying? Get ready, because Season 19 is shaping up to be the most emotional chapter yet. It's been 5 seasons since Ty Borden's sudden and tragic exit left fans of Heartland reeling. For many, his death wasn't just the end of a character, it felt like the soul of the show had been taken away. Amy's heartbreak mirrored that of the audience, and the entire Heartland ranch seemed quieter, lonelier. Life moved on, but a piece of the story was always missing. That's what makes the latest news so electrifying. Reliable sources close to production have hinted that Graham Wardle has been in talks with the creators. And not just for a cameo. This could be a full-fledged return. But how? Ty died. We saw it happen. That single moment, him collapsing in front of Amy after being shot, was burned into every viewer's memory. It was brutal, honest, and final. Or so we thought. Yet behind the scenes, the writers have been working in silence. According to insider reports, Season 19 has been written with one major twist in mind. Ty Borden's disappearance may not have been what it seemed. New documents, a hidden conspiracy, and a story long buried may soon come to light. Imagine this. What if Ty never died? What if the shooting was just the beginning of something far more complex? A covert operation, a threat to his family, or a witness protection scenario? Far-fetched? Maybe. But Heartland has always been about second chances, emotional journeys, and the power of love. If any show could bring a dead character back and make it feel real, it's this one. For now, production is keeping quiet. Amber Marshall has dodged questions about Ty's return, and Graham Wardle himself has made cryptic posts that fans are dissecting frame by frame. One post simply said, "Sometimes to find peace, you have to disappear." Another showed a foggy forest trail. No caption, just silence. It's the kind of mystery that fans love to solve, and it's fueling the fire. Season 19 doesn't just promise Ty's return, it promises the emotional chaos that comes with it. Amy has grown. She's learned to stand on her own, raise Lindy, and even opened her heart to the idea of moving on. Nathan, the kind and patient new face in her life, has slowly become someone she can lean on. But what happens when the past comes walking back in through the front door? Not just a memory, but flesh and blood. The opening episodes are rumored to be filled with suspense. Amy begins receiving letters, unsigned, untraceable, but with messages only Ty would know. Lindy starts talking about dreams where her daddy tells her stories. Jack and Lisa notice strange activity near the ranch. Footprints, shadows in the distance, a sense that someone is watching. The slow build-up will keep fans guessing. Is this real? Or is it Amy's grief playing tricks? More than just a comeback, Ty's return could be a test of family, faith, and forgiveness, a test of whether healing means letting go or holding on. If Ty returns alive, the story isn't just about reunion. It's about consequences. Why did he stay away? What danger kept him hidden? Can Amy trust him again? And most importantly, can they rebuild what they once had? In this first section, the seeds of mystery are planted. The air around Heartland Ranch is thick with the unknown. Every character senses a shift coming, even if they don't understand it yet. And for the audience, the message is clear. This season isn't just about bringing Ty back, it's about redefining everything we thought we knew. The quiet calm of Heartland is beginning to break. In Season 19, strange occurrences start to pile up. Small at first, easy to dismiss, but impossible to ignore for long. Amy discovers a photograph tucked inside an old book in the barn. It's faded, water-damaged, but unmistakably real. It's Ty standing beside a horse that Amy doesn't recognize. He looks older, worn, but alive. No note, no explanation, just the photo and a feeling that something has been kept hidden. Amy keeps it to herself at first. She's not ready to believe, not willing to let her heart open up to false hope. But the signs continue. Lindy draws a picture at school of our whole family and hands it to Amy. It shows 3 figures: Amy, Lindy, and a man with brown hair and a beard. When Amy asks who the man is, Lindy calmly replies, "Daddy. He's coming home soon." Meanwhile, Jack begins to grow suspicious. He notices someone has been tending to the gravesite where Ty was buried. Flowers freshly placed, soil disturbed. But no one in the family admits to visiting it. Lisa finds trail cameras with their memory cards wiped clean. The ranch dogs bark at night, pacing the fences like they sense someone watching. Nathan, who has slowly grown closer to Amy, feels the shift too. Their relationship, though delicate and respectful, has been progressing. They've shared moments of quiet companionship, and he's been a steady presence in Lindy's life. But now, Amy grows distant, distracted. Her smiles don't reach her eyes. Nathan asks if everything is okay, but she brushes it off, unwilling to bring up something she doesn't fully understand herself. At the heart of this unfolding mystery is a question that shakes the entire family. What if Ty didn't die that day? Could there have been a cover-up, a switch in the hospital records? Could someone have taken Ty, perhaps to protect him from something darker than anyone imagined? Enter a new character, a retired RCMP officer named Evelyn Hayes, who once worked in witness protection. She visits Heartland under the guise of looking for horses to buy, but her true interest lies in the past. Evelyn quietly asks Jack about the night of Ty's death. She knows something she's not ready to reveal. When Amy confronts her, Evelyn gives her a warning. Sometimes staying dead is safer than coming back to life. This cryptic message only deepens the mystery. Amy becomes obsessed. She starts researching every detail of that tragic night. Hospital records, police reports, even security footage from the nearby vet clinic. What she finds doesn't add up. There are time gaps, missing entries, and one chilling discovery. A discharged patient under a false name, matching Ty's physical description, admitted hours after he supposedly died. Amy shares her findings with Jack, who listens carefully but remains skeptical. "Hope can blind you, Amy," he says, "and ghosts don't always want to be found." But Amy can't stop. Her instincts, sharpened by years of working with animals and people, are screaming that something's wrong. And then comes the phone call. A voice she hasn't heard in years. Raspy, shaken, familiar. "Amy, it's me." Just those 4 words. Then silence. No number to trace. No way to know if it was real. But Amy breaks down in tears, a mixture of fear, hope, and heartbreak. For the first time, she allows herself to believe Ty might truly be alive. As word of the mysterious call spreads, the ranch begins to buzz with tension. Lou returns from her political work in Calgary to support her sister. Georgie, now grown and training for the Olympics, puts everything on hold and rushes back to Heartland. The family gathers, not knowing whether to prepare for joy or brace for another storm. Nathan sees the change in Amy's eyes and realizes what's happening. He's hurt, but steps back, unwilling to compete with a ghost. But he warns Amy, if Ty is alive, then he chose to stay away. Ask yourself why. And that's the question that hangs heavy in the air. Why would Ty leave? What secret was so dangerous that it forced him to vanish and stay gone for years? As season 19 unfolds, every clue peels back another layer of the past. The picture, the call, the officer's visit, they're all part of a puzzle that leads to one conclusion. Ty Borden's story didn't end in season 14. It was buried, hidden, and now it's clawing its way back into the light. The search for answers intensifies. As Amy and Jack dig deeper into the mystery, the sense of dread grows. For every piece of the puzzle they uncover, it seems like another layer of the truth slips further into the shadows. What started as an innocent search for closure is now morphing into something much more sinister. The stakes are higher than anyone imagined. Ty didn't just disappear, he was forced into hiding. And the reasons behind his absence could shatter everything the Heartland family believes they know about the man they once loved. The more Amy investigates, the more she starts to unravel a dangerous web of deceit. It turns out that Ty's time after leaving Heartland wasn't spent in the peaceful isolation they'd imagined. He was entangled in something far darker, an organization with deep connections and secrets that reach all the way to the very heart of the ranch. Ty's death, or rather, his faked death, wasn't an accident. It was a calculated move to protect his family from a threat neither he nor anyone else could have foreseen. A series of cryptic letters, each one more unsettling than the last, begins to surface in the most unexpected places, hidden in the rafters of the barn, tucked into old jacket pockets, and left on Amy's doorstep. These letters reveal fragments of conversations Ty had with a man he calls the broker, someone who has been manipulating events from the shadows. The broker isn't just anyone. He's someone who has been pulling strings in the world of business and crime for decades. Ty's involvement with him was a desperate attempt to protect Amy and Lindy from a criminal organization that was targeting them all. As Amy pieces together the letters, she discovers that the organization had been following Ty for years, even before the shooting that supposedly ended his life. The dangerous individuals behind this organization knew about Ty's connection to Heartland, and they saw it as a threat. The peaceful life they built at the ranch was exactly what Ty was trying to protect, but in doing so, he was forced to make a choice no one should ever have to make: walk away from everything he loved or risk the safety of those he held most dear. Ty's decision to disappear wasn't just about him. It was about saving the people he cared for. He had to sever all ties with his old life, including Amy. The risk was too great. For years, he lived in the shadows, taking on a new identity, disappearing completely from the world he knew. But he never stopped thinking about Amy. Every letter, every secret visit. He was there, watching from the distance, longing to come home, but knowing that his return would bring an even greater danger. As Amy digs deeper, the pressure begins to mount. She confronts Evelyn Hayes, the former RCMP officer who seems to know more than she's letting on. Evelyn, after much persuasion, reveals the terrifying truth. The criminal organization Ty was trying to escape from is far-reaching, with ties to people in the highest levels of power. Their goal wasn't just to control money or land, it was to control people. Ty, with his knowledge of their operations, became a liability. His death was meant to be a message, but it was all part of a larger game that no one realized they were caught in. In a chilling moment, Evelyn tells Amy that the people Ty was running from aren't finished yet. They've been watching Heartland all this time, waiting for the moment when Ty would slip up, when his past would catch up with him. The moment they find him, if he ever steps out of the shadows, their vengeance will be swift and brutal. Ty's return, therefore, isn't just about love and reconciliation. It's about survival. For Ty to come back means facing those who have been hunting him and confronting the horrifying reality of what he's been running from. Amy's heart is torn. She wants to believe that Ty can return, that they can pick up where they left off, but she knows deep down that things won't be so simple. There's no fairy tale ending waiting for them. There's only the harsh truth that they're not just dealing with a man who disappeared, they're dealing with a man who has been running from an unimaginable danger. And now, that danger is closing in on them. Jack, too, begins to feel the weight of the situation. His protective instincts kick into overdrive. The ranch, their home, may soon be the very thing that draws the danger to them. He makes it clear that if Ty returns, it won't be just a reunion, it'll be a fight. A fight to protect the legacy of Heartland, the family that has come to symbolize everything good in a world that's often unforgiving. The rest of the family, Lou, Georgie, and even Tim, are pulled into the web of secrecy. They all sense the impending storm, but no one can quite grasp how deeply it will shake them. With each passing day, the shadow of Ty's past grows longer, and the question becomes not just about whether Ty will return, but whether he can protect his family from the very forces he's been hiding from all this time. Amy's journey takes her to the edge of despair, but it also gives her a new strength. She has to decide. Does she want the man she once loved to return, knowing the danger he brings with him? Or does she let go, hoping that she can protect her family without him? As the season progresses, the mystery deepens, the danger closes in, and the emotional tension between Amy, Ty, and the rest of the Heartland family reaches a boiling point. The road to Ty's return isn't just a path of reconciliation. It's one filled with peril, sacrifice, and the realization that love can't always protect you from the darkness that follows. As the days pass, it becomes clear to everyone at Heartland that Ty's return isn't just a dream, it's a necessity. The looming threat from the criminal organization is no longer a shadow on the horizon. It's a storm barreling toward them, and Ty is the center of it all. As more evidence mounts and the pieces of his hidden life start to form a clearer picture, Amy realizes that they can no longer remain in the dark about the danger that's been hanging over them for years. The stakes have risen to a level that none of them could have predicted. Amy, desperate for answers and understanding, decides to take matters into her own hands. She goes to the one person who might know more about the criminal organization Ty has been running from, the broker. She has no choice. Ty's life and the lives of everyone she loves are at risk. If she can confront the mastermind behind the organization, perhaps they can find a way to stop it before it destroys everything. With Jack and Lou by her side, Amy tracks down the last known location of the broker. It's a risky move, one that sends shockwaves through the family, but she has no other option. Time is running out. Her search leads her to a hidden cabin on the outskirts of town, one that is eerily quiet and seemingly abandoned. But the moment Amy steps inside, she feels the weight of something sinister. This is no ordinary hideaway. It's a place designed for secrecy, where deals are made and lives are controlled. Inside, Amy finds a room full of files, photographs, and maps, evidence of the vast network Ty was unknowingly caught in. But the most chilling discovery is a series of coded messages, cryptic notes that suggest Ty's disappearance wasn't just a way to protect him, it was part of a larger plan. The broker had been orchestrating the entire thing, using Ty's love for Amy and his sense of duty to manipulate him into staying away. What Ty thought was a choice between his family's safety and his life turned out to be a trap, one that may have been set long before he even realized it. The tension builds to a breaking point when Amy confronts the man she believes to be the broker. The figure standing before her, however, is not the ruthless mastermind she expected. Instead, it's a woman, someone she recognizes, Evelyn Hayes. The retired RCMP officer, the same one who had warned her about the dangers Ty was facing, is revealed to be deeply involved in the organization. She's not a bystander, she's been an active participant all along. Evelyn explains everything to Amy, but not in the way she expects. The broker isn't just an outside figure, she's been playing both sides of the game. She was once a member of the RCMP, but after a personal tragedy, she chose to leave the force and live a life in the shadows. Evelyn's involvement with Ty was not accidental. She had been trying to protect him, but in doing so, she had become just as trapped as he was. "I never wanted this," Evelyn admits, her voice barely a whisper. But it's too late now. Ty's disappearance was meant to buy time for everyone, but the longer he stays away, the more dangerous it becomes. They won't stop until they have him, and now that they know he's still alive, it's only a matter of time before they come for you all. The weight of her words hits Amy like a ton of bricks. She had always suspected that Ty's disappearance was more complicated than it appeared, but to learn that Evelyn, the person she had trusted to help her, was entwined in this web of deceit and danger, it shatters her trust. But as the truth unfolds, Amy begins to understand just how deep the conspiracy runs, and how desperate Ty must have been to escape. The revelation forces Amy to make an impossible choice. The organization Ty was running from is closing in, and they won't stop until they get what they want. The truth of his past, the danger that has followed him all these years, it's all now a threat to everyone around her. If Ty returns, the family will be thrust into the crossfire of a war they never saw coming. But if he doesn't return, the darkness will consume them all, and the rest of their lives will be dictated by the consequences of his absence. In a moment of clarity, Amy realizes that there is no perfect solution. There's no way to guarantee everyone's safety. There's only the choice to fight for what's right, to fight for family, and to fight for Ty's life, no matter the cost. Back at Heartland, the family prepares for the worst. Jack, Lou, and Tim brace themselves for the arrival of the storm they know is coming. The ranch, once a place of peace and healing, has become the front line in a battle no one saw coming. The emotional toll is heavy. Everyone is affected, from Georgie, who is old enough to understand the weight of the situation, to Lindy, who still doesn't fully grasp the danger but senses the tension. Nathan, who had hoped that Ty's return would bring peace and closure, is forced to accept the harsh reality. The man he hoped to share a future with Amy is not the man he thought he was. Ty's return is no longer just about a reunion, it's about survival. Nathan's feelings for Amy are tested as he realizes that he must stand back and allow Amy to face this with Ty, even though the danger it brings might tear them all apart. As Ty's return looms closer, the family comes together in a show of strength. They know the risks are immense, but they are prepared to face whatever comes next.